So can finding our life purpose cure all unhappiness? Well, of course, the answer is yes, absolutely. There's a famous saying, you have to lose yourself in order to find yourself. 10 years ago, I hit the rock bottom of my life and my mental health. I could no longer cope with the constant feeling of loneliness, pain, shame, guilt, unworthiness. I was completely lost. Staring into the darkness, I knew I had to get out of my own dungeon, and the journey took me 10 long years. So my search for happiness took me to the darkest corner of my memories, to childhood traumas, and also brought out the worst in me through toxic love relationships and lifestyle. It was worse than before, and I started questioning the existence of happiness. Perhaps it's like what the Buddhist teachings say, we are born to suffer and life is all about suffering. But ironically, this utter despair and pain initiated the need for me to start seeking healing. And it was through this healing process that for the first time, it opened the door to discover something I've never knew about myself, actually something good about myself. I realized that I have the gift of understanding dark emotions, and that my emotional sensitivity or empath nature could help others understand the emotional struggles they have in their own troubled hearts. And hence I began to feel much better about myself and my existence, since I could help some people. And then I decided to be better at what I'm doing, so I began to educate and train myself to understand more about the human minds and the human emotions and spirituality to gain mastery. So from being wounded to being healed, and then to being a healer myself, this whole unfolding journey of my new identity as a wounded healer has somehow planted seeds of joy along the way to let me restore my inner peace that I've never believed that I could have this feeling in my heart ever. And that's where I began to realize that life purpose is not about finding something that you can do to change the world or save the world. But life purpose is basically to find the source of our light again, so that it can guide us on the right path to joy, to fulfillment and contentment, to prevent us from going astray into the dark side of life through anger, to guilt, through shame, and through fear. You know, when we live our life purpose, our whole energy tends to focus on our talent, our strength, our passion, instead of focusing on our weakness, our fear, and our failures. And finally, I realized that happiness cannot exist when we self-isolate. We can only find happiness when we begin to serve a community, a cause, or a tribe. Because it is only through serving that we begin to see our own self-value and our existential purpose. So can finding our life purpose cure all unhappiness? Well, of course, the answer is yes, absolutely. So are you also in the journey of finding your life purpose? Well, come join me in my new series as I deep dive specifically into this topic. Now, how does life purpose correlate with emotional well-being, well, big time. And it is also through the course of my emotional therapy works, my healing works, that I realized the very fundamental and powerful cure for all unhappiness is simply to find something that sparks joy in your life. And that basically means your life purpose, driven by your passion. But you know, when we start seeking and finding our life purpose, this journey can be long and excruciating if we do not know the real meaning behind life purpose. And this is what I'm going to share with you in this new series about how you should be understanding life purpose. I mean, life purpose is beyond just trying to find something that you can make an impact to the world. So for most of us, the big question is always about how to find my life purpose. Where do I even begin looking for it? And in my own personal journey and experience, I stumbled on a very powerful tool and technique that actually unlocked the key in understanding what my life purpose is, and that is astrology. In astrology, there is this branch of teaching that is called natal chart reading, and utilizing our birth date, birth time, and location of birth, we are able to generate our natal chart or birth chart to have a macro view, a comprehensive view about ourselves, from our self-identity to our self-value to every single steps that we are going to experience in our entire life, including our work, our family, our romance, our career, our relationship, our health, our passion. So it is unbelievable how much insights we can actually draw from this powerful natal chart. I look forward to seeing you in the new episode that I'm going to release next. Till then, take good care.